Okay, with the name of the God, let me begin my presentation. As the time given us is limited, and we have only 1 or 2 seconds for presentation, I'll try to do it briefly but clearly. Okay. First, I want to express my gratitude to my colleagues, to listening, to paying attention to my speech. Thank you very much. And let me begin. I'm Saida Muradova. I was born in Bada district in the village of Hasangaya in 1971. In 1978, I attended the village school and graduated in 1988. And for a while, I began to work as a teacher at the local village kindergarten. And my very dear wish, very dear dream was to be a teacher. And that's why I prepared. And in 1978, I entered the University of Foreign Languages and graduated from the university in 1999. And during my study years, I worked in different organizations. They were charity organizations, for example, MSF, a charity organization. Um, this means medicals without a border. And I worked here as a monitor and then worked as an interpreter and translator in different organizations, and some of them were again charity organizations. And then my teaching career began. I began to work as an English teacher in 2000 at the school where I studied in the village of Hasangaya, Bada district, the secondary school named after Rafi Gorijov. I worked here for some years, and then in 2006 I got married and moved to the another district, the district of Tobuz, and continued my teaching job, profession at the school named after Aras Zainov, and I have been working at this school since then. During my working years, I participated in different organizations, teacher training courses, and curriculum courses, and got certifications and diploma. But self-studying was always my priority, and I always tried to work hard to improve myself, to improve my knowledge and language skills. And I'm always trying to develop my communication and language skills as well, and I always tried to teach whatever I know with new methods, and I always loved my students and treat them honestly and sincerely. And my students' final examination results were always good, and they always scored high points. Uh, I am since hardworking by nature, and I like spending time in nature. Sometimes I spend my free time with my students and my children. We go to picnics and field trips together. And I have many friends. Most of them are my colleagues. Uh, I, Recently, I participated in teachers certification evaluation held by Ministry of Education and scored 57 points. I think that I spoke some important details about my job, about myself, and I want to thank all of you for listening and paying attention to me again. And now I want to present my lesson plan, and I want to give you give some example of my lessons. Here you may see my lesson planning. Maybe it is not tidy, but I tried to make it clearly and understandable. And I'm sorry if I have any mistakes. This is my plan for a lesson. Let's begin from the date. The date is today, July 18th, grade 10th grade, and a lesson topic. Today I'm going to teach the lesson at the unit from a unit second. The topic is called We Are Victorious, and the required skills are reading, listening, speaking, and writing. It means that this lesson is integrated, but the priority is listening. We are going to listen the text, and then we'll try to do some listening tasks and writing tasks and etc. Grammar. The unit also involves grammar, adverb clause of reason and result and purpose, but this is not today's material. We'll do it, we'll explain the grammar rule another lesson, but not today. But this grammar rule includes the unit, not today's lesson, but the unit. Vocabulary. We'll learn the words and phrases related to 44-day patriotic war. And type of paragraph. This paragraph is a cause-effect paragraph, and we'll try to listen to understand the questions and try to do some tasks. And aims. What is aim of today's lesson? The students will be able to guess the meanings of the words, phrases from the context. Let me explain what does it mean. This aim we take from the standard, and this standards is given in the teacher's book. Let me show. Okay. You are watching, you are observing the page given in the teacher's book. This is standards is describing standards and aim of the lesson. The aim of the lesson we take from the standards. Our standards are 1.1 and 1, 1.1.2, 2.1.2. What does the standards mean? This means that we are going to have a listening, reading, and at the same time listening, reading, and speaking comprehension skills. These standards is also given and explained in the teacher's book. Let's look through. For example, what does it mean 1.1.1 standard? It means that the student makes a presentation on the text he or she listens to. It means that we'll listen the text, video or audio material, and my students will try to understand the meaning of the given material, will answer questions given to the text, and then will make their presentation on the listening text, on the listening material. Then our second standard is 1.1.2. What does it mean? It means that students could evaluate the context of the listened material, listened text. It means that they will understand and try to answer the questions related to the text, and then will do some tasks. The two standards are relating to the listening comprehension, and the other standard is about speaking comprehension, and 2.1.1 standard means that students express their attitude to the facts and events. It means that they'll try to listen in details and try to find out the main points and try to express their attitude to the facts and events given in the listening material. And then the second standard is 2.1.2, and it means that students will be better able to generalize different points of view and make presentations. It means that they will listen, understand, better understand, and then express their opinions using new words, and their own words will generalize and share their opinions with their classmates. And our other standard is 2.1.3. And what does it mean? It makes that our students must prepare a fundamental speech on the listening material, in this case the text about 44 day of victorious war. And our next standard is related to the reading comprehension. 3.1.1 means that students will be able to explain, to understand and explain the meaning of new words and expressions, bold-faced words given in the material. And 312 means that students must be able read and will be able to read and understand and answer the questions. And the next standard is 3.1.3, and it means that students will be able to interpret, to translate, to comment the content of the text given in the listening material. Now, I think that it is clear from the table that what objectives we are waiting from the students. And then I came to the next stage. This stage is integration. If we have clear standards, it means that the government, the education Minister of Education, prepared these standards for teachers and students, and we must to realize these standards during a given lesson. And in this lesson, we have integration. We have just said that this type of lesson is integrated lesson because when we are speaking about listening, where there is listening, at the same time there is speaking, because we listen, understand, and try to answer the questions, and at the same time we integrate the speaking comprehension. And that's why we can call this type of integration the integration among the main contact standards of the subject. It means that will integrate writing, speaking, listening, and reading comprehension. And that's why I can call this lesson integrated listening lesson. And another integration is subjects integration, and we'll take this type of integration again from the student teacher's book. As you see, you can observe, you can see the measure standards and some sub-standards of English language. And I read and explained the meaning of these standards. And we choose objectives from these standards. What is an objective? Objective means that what we are expecting from our students. And I demonstrate, I speak and give my instructions orally in order I want our students, my students, be aware of what are they expected to. And I give them instructions. Peoples, we are going to listen some listening material, and we must listen, understand the ideas, thoughts, and problems. Second, you may give you must give your ideas, opinions about the topic. Then third, my objective is that I expect my students will express their attitude to the context of the text And then we'll share their ideas, answering questions, understand the meaning of the words, and give their definitions, express their opinions on the questions, explain the meaning of the words and expressions, and at the last of the lesson, make presentation on the passages. This is my objective. It means that at the end of the lesson, my students will be better able to answer all of these demanding skills. And I want to show you some integration given in the teacher's book again. If you want, you may take pictures, scan the material, and then use in your presentation. Okay, these are integration, and as you see, 111 standards demands which integration standards. It is national literature, Azerbaijani history, and it could be biology. But we'll integrate Azerbaijani history and literature. And it is our integration I have shown you. And what the lesson method I'll work in order to realize these standards and get goals, get objectives at the end of the lesson. I'll consider that in order to realize standards, today's demanded standards, I'll choose a collective work. It means that I'll work a whole class, pair work, individual work, and group work. And lesson tips, I choose discussion and questioning. And I must mention that all of these are shown, are offered in the teacher's book again. And results. Which results could I present my students? These are textbook, internet websites, flashcard, pictures. And I'll begin my lesson with a motivation. How I begin my lesson? Let me show you with the examples. For example, I choose this motivation considerable for today's lesson. I show my students these pictures and at the same time ask questions. What are these people celebrating? It is my first question, and then I ask my students why these people are feeling happy. Why do you think the people feel, and why? And then I ask my students the third question, what makes this day special? Then I give my students some time, it could be a second or two, and I wait for their answers. My students immediately involve in the lesson, because all of them visually see the happy faces and immediately understand that the topic of the sentence is Victory Day, and all of them as the patriotic families, they are eager to express their proud, their joy about the Victory Day, and they began to answer my questions. And they may give different answers, and all of them show their proud, show their love to their motherland and eagerness to defend their motherland. After questioning, I give another task, short task to my students. I ask my students to ask their classmate, their partner, what did he or she do on the day of victory, and how do they feel. Then I divide my students into groups and give them a chance to listen the listening material. After listening material, after presenting them the listening material, I explain and give my instructions. First, I would like you simply try to understand and answer my questions. What is the given material about? And this is a pre-reading task, and then I'll give them a chance to listen for a gist and to listen and understand a general meaning. And then I divide my students into 4 groups. We are 16 in our class, and I divide them into 4 groups and name them A, B, C, and D groups. And each group will be given some research task. And the first group will find out the meaning of the listening material and answer the question. The second one will try to answer the questions, research questions, and the next G group will try to find out new words and explain the meaning of them. And then the last D group will present their attitude towards the listening material using new words, using new vocabulary. And I'll give them about 10 minutes to research, to have research and answer research questions. The research questions are, again, chosen from the standards, from the aim of the lesson. And these questions are, what is the text about? Try to explain the meaning of new words, try to express your attitude towards a given material, and speak about content of the given material. After the research, they begin to present their answers. Before presentation, I offer students to change their papers with their partners and ask them to try to find out their mistakes and explain and correct if necessary. Then the group members present their answers. I replace them on the board, and at the end of a presentation, I summarize all the answers, and came to the conclusion that the material, the listen material, is about Victory Day, and this day is unforgettable and holy, precious day for us, and that's why all people celebrate with joy and proud, and we are all love our motherland and ready to give our lives as a sacrifice for our motherland. Then after summarizing my students' answers, I again try to find out if I could explain if I could realize some standards, and again give them some questions. Then I give individual tasks to my students. This task is from our textbook. These are some articles, short articles posted in different websites, and I ask my students to read, try to understand, and try to explain the meaning of bold-faced words. After the task, my people, after doing this task, began to check and explain each other's papers again and again. I involve them, work in pairs. And my purpose of giving this task is to teach my students cooperate with each other, to develop their communication skills, and treat them to respect and listening ability, active listening ability. Then I want to realize if I could reach the aim of my lesson. I also began to give questions to whole class. And I want every student try to answer my questions. I ask them, what do you think about Victory Day? What do you know about Armenian aggression? How much do you love your motherland? And then I ask the meaning of the new words, bold-faced words, and try to involve every student in questioning. And then after questioning, I again and again give questions, and again my students explain the meaning of the bold-faced words, and I came to the conclusion, and I will be sure that I could realize the aim of the lesson. I came to the my objective and realized the standards that my students can listen and understand the listening material, could understand the meaning of the unknown words from the context, and could explain them. Then At the end of the lesson, I would like my students, I get my students do some tasks at home, because in order to observe, to grasp all the meaning and the meaning of the new words correctly within a lesson, and I think that it is not enough. And I want to encourage my students to work more and to spend much time on the task at home. And that's why I give a home task to my students. I offer my students to write some sentences, maybe a short paragraph, maybe a short text or essay using new words and phrases. And then at the end of lesson, I evaluate my students. And this assessment must be this evaluation assessment would be a formative evaluation, and I estimate my students' achievements according to a level: excellent, good, pass, and fair. And my evaluation is also, I take from the objectives. My objective was explains their attitude towards the given material, explains the meaning of new words, explains their opinions towards the lesson. And according to this standard, I make the rubric for evaluation. And in this type of lesson, it could be better to evaluate, to estimate my students individually, but it takes much time. And that's why I would like to estimate groups. And I put down my criteria, explains explains the meaning of the given context with their own words, and explains the context, the meaning of the new words, its criteria. If my students answer with this criteria, I estimate them excellent. If they try to explain their opinions, try to explain the meaning of new words, but some have some mistakes, for example, pronunciation mistakes, maybe their stress of a word or a sentence stress is not correct enough, I give them good mark. If they couldn't easily express their meaning by using new words and express their opinions, but they understand and try to explain some part of the material, I consider this students' comprehension are limited, and their comprehension must be developed, and I give them pass And the last one, it is desirable not to be among our students, but if there are some that couldn't explain their opinion, couldn't explain the meaning of the words, I estimate them poor. And that's all. I tried to give you to give your attention my teaching method, my skill of teaching using new methods, and try to realize given standards. How well could I manage to do it? I don't know. I'll open your microphones. You may show your opinion. You may give your advice or remark to my lesson. Thank you for your attention. That's all. Mənim yoldaşlar, indi mən mikrofonlarınızı